one of Miguel's good friends, one of Miguel's good friends' house. His name is Mr. Bill. He's super awesome, really nice. He always comes over to the house at least once every other week or once a week, calls almost every other day just to make sure, I'm still here, I'm still good. The kids are good. I'm, you know, being a good friend, you know. Um, but anywho, hey, poo poo, I wanted to kind of show y'all, I guess, um, just how cool Mr. Bill is. So, not too sure if you can see, but right behind me, there's a couple of his, well, not that car. Hey, Clint, how are you? Not that car, but that old Ford truck, and then that car, and he has other cars here. So, um, okay. So maybe this is something that y'all don't know about me. Yeah, that's good. Uh, is that I'm a big gearhead. Uh, I know quite a bit about vehicles, but I try my hardest not to show it because unfortunately it intimidates um, the male species. So, yeah. Um, my husband and I, we used to collect cars. Well, I guess you could say I still collect because I still have the 73 Cutlass that's mine, and the 63 T-Bird that was Miguel's. But after he passed, now it's mine. But it's gonna end up being the baby's car when he gets old. Hell, what? But yeah, here's a vehicle of Bill's. It's a Skylark, Buick Skylark. Don't ask me why, because he has so many of them, and I don't even remember half of them. But yes, I right now. But yes, I right now the the T-Bird is down again because the battery decided to go dead. This caddy I actually like. This one is an O2. Just to give you a heads up. It's an O2. I already forgot. Two-door DeVille. Let me see. Oh no. Seville. DeVille. I don't know. I can't even read me anymore. Anywho, that's the one that I actually like. But I don't say anything. And then, of course, here's another one of his cars. This one's a Chrysler 300. Don't ask me what the years are because I don't know. So, but yeah, like I said, I just wanted to share. I just wanted to share some cool toys that. Um, oh, one of my motors running. Whatever. Oh, but yeah, like I said, Bill, he comes over at least every other week, whatever, to check up on me and the kids, and yeah, when you have good friends like that to check up on you. Oh, here's another one. This one's a Nova, but don't look at that. Don't look at that one. When you have somebody that's a friend that wants to be there for y'all and make sure y'all are okay, and y'all have food. That's a good friend to keep. Um, Here's another awesome car, another T-Bird, right? Yeah. Yeah, here's another T-Bird. I don't think it's the same as mine. Is it a 63? I don't know. No, that's a. Well, it says 52. I don't know. I don't know. Right now, I'm not really thinking, but oh, and then he has another coupe caddy, coupe DeVille. I think he has like three of them. He's so crazy. This was the car that I was supposed to get. I went to Iraq for, but he ended up selling. I went to Iraq for, but he ended up selling it to somebody else. And that sucked. And then here's another vehicle that he has. Like I said, Mr. Bill has tons of awesome relics. So, but but no, like I said, I just wanted to just kind of pop up and show y'all another, you know, another thing that I like, another hobby that I like that I miss. Here's another one. I'll let y'all guess what that one is. and and but I can't do this hobby anymore. Classic cars anymore because it's way too expensive. Way too expensive. What, poo poo? So, um, but sewing is my ultimate hobby. That's the best hobby that I can have so far because uh, I see you. he, he thinks he's hiding from me. I'm coming over here. And yeah, sewing is what keeps me calm. Oh, sewing's what keeps me calm. But I miss being around cars. I do work on cars, not all the time. I'm not like full throttle. Like, oh yeah. No, I it's just little tinkering here and there. Um, uh, like I can talk about vehicles, not too much, but I know what you're talking about. And if I need to change my oil, I know how to do that. I actually did a couple of videos on how to do that, how to change oil, how to change battery, um, how to put gas in a car. Yes, there are people that actually watches it and still thanks me. They're like, "Man, I didn't know." There's a lot of things that you may think that you know, but you really don't. Uh, like you, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but what? Asa's trying to find me. But anywho, like I said, I just wanted to show y'all that. Uh, oh yeah, and then also the reason why that I got into cars, mechanical wise, is because my dad is a real big gearhead. Uh, right now, he's uh, still doing mechanic work, still doing tires, and he was the one that taught me. I remember when I was growing up, we were working we were working on a 74 Grand Marquise, and that was actually the time where it like opened my eyes. It opened my eyes of how dangerous working on a vehicle can be. And anywho, so my dad was changing out flange gasket on the 74 Grand Marquise. That thing is a big old tugboat, four doors, everything. And and anywho, I got off of school. I was underneath the vehicle with him, and I'm like, "What's this? What's that? What's this? What's that? And why do you gotta do that? Why you gotta do that? How come the wheel's not chalked? Blah 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 blah. You know? And what? God dang it! I'm trying to tell my story. Hold on, Asa. Hold on. I'm saying a story. And so I don't know. I guess with me being 21 questions, because that's what my dad would call me. Um, I got kicked out from underneath the vehicle. And the reason, oh yeah, and also I did ask him, like I said, why is he not putting the chalk or the bricks or the rocks behind the tires of the vehicle? And he was and he was like, oh, the reason why is because I've done this so many times and it's just quick. um, you know what? Just go inside, go do your homework, you know. So I went inside. I was on the phone, talking to my friend while we're doing homework, and then I see the car. Like I'm looking outside through the window, and my dad's in the front yard working on the car, and then all of a sudden I just see the car go, and then like that, and then all of a sudden I hear my dad go, help, help me. You know, I mean, he was like, he was under the car, just screaming for dear life. And I was like it was weird. It was like I can hear him, and then all of a sudden I don't hear anything, and then his voice comes back, and I'm like, oh shit, you know. And I go outside, and I'm like trying to stay calm, you know. And back then, you know, at that time, I was in the 7th grade. I was probably like maybe 100 pounds. I was like a skinny little toothpick, and I had to pick up this big ass car with this jack. You know, the jack had ultimately flipped, and anywho, I picked up the. I don't even know how I did it, but I was able to do at least 3 clicks. You know, picking up that vehicle, and it was just enough for my dad to get out. And also, may I remind, or y'all may not know this, but at that time frame, uh, my dad was, you know, a big old fluffy dude, you know, and uh, like even now, like I kind of get freaked out about it, but yeah, I was able to do that. He was able to, you know, to kind of slide out. Hold on, Asa, stay over here. He was able to slide out, and and just looking at my dad, you know, he was like, call 911, call 911. And at that time, my real mom was with us, and she was like, what's the number? And I remember that, and I was like, oh my god. So I got the phone, and I called 911, and I told them what happened, and I was trying my hardest to like not cry and blubber and everything, and gave them the address. They came. They took him to another town because, you know, Yorktown was a small town that didn't have a hospital. And so we go over there, and my dad had broken his collarbone, his clavicles, his sternum, broke, you know, multiple ribs, and and he even when they were trying to do the X-rays on him, he um, passed out. Like, or no, I think they said, yeah, I don't know. I gotta remember that part, but he fell on a nurse, and the nurse was all little beady. And when everything was all said and done, the nurse had told my dad, you know, now I know how you feel when when the car fell on you. So yeah, um, so that's what that was, that thing, and that's what like opened my eyes. Like, oh my gosh, you know, mechanic work is actually dangerous. I don't know why I never thought of it before, but at that point it was, you know, it was an eye opener. It was an eye opener for me. And then after that, my real mom had left us. She left us. So my dad was the one that took care of you know, myself, took care of me, my sister, and my older brother. And my older brother, you know, uh, wasn't even his real son, but he raised him like his own son. So either way, my brother is my dad's son. No questions about it. That's how we see it. And you know, when after my mom had left, that's when he started showing us, and that's when my dad told me, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about cars, because one day you're going to find somebody that doesn't know shit about cars, and you're going to be stuck like Chuck. So, yeah, everything. That's how I got introduced to the world of gearheads and mechanics. It was in 1997. And, yeah. And like I said, even when I was in the military, I was the motor pool sergeant. You know, I was the one that had to make sure all the vehicles were up and taken care of, and if they weren't taken care of, you know, I had to make sure that all the paperwork and everything was turned in properly or correctly or written down right, uh, for the for the mechanics over there to do the work and order the parts and stuff like that. So, it's kind of hectic. It was a little hectic, but we're doing it one thing at a time. Let me see. Let me see. So yeah, like I said, I just kind of wanted to show y'all this. I've I've always been a fan of vehicles, cars, classics, especially classic cars. That was one thing me and Miguel we had in common was their respect of classic cars. Um, here it's a so, but I am gonna go ahead and skedaddles, I guess. Let me go tell Mr. Bill that I'm gonna skedaddles real quick. Asa, Asa, come on. We'll go tell Uncle Bill bye.
Ring, 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 ring.
Decline. All right, let me see if I can get signal in here. And there's the other cutlet. And then he's working on a dozen. So, Bill, come say hi.
Get relief? Try this breakthrough treatment for anxiety that people all over the world are
All right. I hope y'all like. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that other good stuff with the other YouTuber says, and I'll see y'all in the next. Peace.